What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today. And in today's video, we'll be taking a look at every single minifigure from the summer 2021 LEGO Marvel Infinity Saga wave. This wave is so cool because it goes all the way back to the first MCU movie from Iron Man, all the way up to Endgame, and revisits awesome scenes from lots of different movies. So in this video, we'll be looking at all the figures, but I took it an extra step and I'm actually going to rank them from worst to best. So drop a comment if you agree, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more LEGO videos, and I'm going to be upgrading these as customs very soon. And yeah, be sure to sit back and relax and let me know what you think. And for some shameless self-promotion, I have a new music album out, so if you're looking for some new music, I'll drop a link down below, and if I've ever brought you value on this channel, it would really mean a lot for me if you would check out the songs and let me know what you think. So understandably, at the bottom of our list is the Chitauri. Now, across the entire wave, we get 3 of them, but I think everybody would agree that the alien army builder type figures are probably the least interesting. Even though these are the best version of the Chitauri we've gotten to date, they just don't do anything for me, so they are at the bottom of my list. For similar reasoning, the next character would be the Hydra Agent. It's cool to get a new version of a Hydra Agent, especially in a cheap set that could be an army builder if you wanted it, but I feel like the beanie cap is not very, militaristic, I guess, and I don't know, it's just not that interesting of a character compared to what we have next. Now getting into our named characters, we have Pepper Potts. Again, not a bad figure, but as figures go, it's one of the more boring figures from the wave. The face is the same face that they used from Pepper Potts from her Endgame version, which came with that really bad Hulk Helicarrier drop. I don't remember what that set was called, but it's the Hulk drop set. But anyways, again, a fine figure, not too bad, but definitely more boring compared to the other ones of the wave. Coming in at 15th place, we have Obadiah Stane. The face is really, really awesome. Of course, it does look like Jeff Bridges, but the torso is reused from the Disney train set from Chip and Dale, and that's fine. Again, it's just one of those figures that's not very interesting on his own. The most interesting thing about this character is the fact that he's Ironmonger, and, of course, the Monger build doesn't count as a minifig, so that's why he's so low on the list. Coming in at number 14, we have Mark 85 Iron Man. Now, I think this is a really nice figure in and of itself, especially that this version comes with the shield with the stickers, but it's exactly the same as the Iron Man we got from Endgame, so it's hard for me to get too excited about it when it's really just a re-release of figures we already have. When there's so many new figures in this wave, it's just hard to get excited about one that we've already gotten in the past. Here we have Mantis, which is a figure I know a lot of people were excited about because they might have missed out on getting this figure back in 2017 for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but again, it's a figure that I don't think has all that much going on. She could have had dual molded arms, she could have had leg printing. It's a fine figure, but it left some room to be desired, so unfortunately she's toward the bottom of my list. Now my list starts to get controversial. We have Thor coming in 12th place. Now, the reason I have Thor so low is because I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement on this figure. For example, I think that leg printing would have been better. You know, at this point when he looks like this, he's got more of that Viking beard with kind of the braid in the middle. It's not represented here. I really don't like the Stormbreaker design. So again, it's a fine figure, it's not a bad figure, but I think it could have been improved in a lot of ways, and LEGO left a lot on the table with this one. So while it's cool to get a more accurate endgame Thor, it definitely could have been better, and therefore, he comes in at number 12. And just missing out on the top 10, we have Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch. She's here at number 11, and honestly, guys, what keeps her out of the top 10 for me is the eyebrows being a weird color. They don't really match her hair, and if we flip the hair around, you can see her eyebrows are like this, and it doesn't look quite as bad when she's got the red magic eyes going on, but with this side, it just doesn't look that great to me. Luckily, now's a good time to advertise that this coming week, I will be upgrading pretty much all of these figures using existing LEGO parts, so if you're not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to do that so that you don't miss out on any of my custom upgrades for these figures and how to make them look better. Coming in at number 10, we should zoom in for him. This is the Ant-Man microfig. I really love these microfigs of Ant-Man, and it's cool that we now have one for his Endgame or Ant-Man and the Wasp style suit. I really love that they even went so far as to add little red markings above his eyes. It's super accurate, and I'm amazed with how much detail they got into this tiny figure. Coming in at number 9, we have the Age of Ultron Captain America, and this is one that requires context. When you look at the new Age of Ultron Cap versus the old one, it is night and day how much better the new one is. I mean, between the head printing with the chin strap and the actual helmet to the more detail on the torso, look at the black around the star, it is just a night and day difference how much better the new one is to the old one. The backs are pretty similar, admittedly, but just the presentation from the front is night and day. I feel like I keep saying that, but it's so true. Here we have Black Panther coming in at number 8. A really fantastic figure. It's great to finally get him with the right colors because you'll remember the other powered-up Black Panther suit we have was blue, and that was based on concept art. He's obviously purple in the movie, so it's great to finally have an accurate Black Panther. I love that they closed off the eyes again. I always thought it's a little creepy when you could see his eyes through there, but I do think that there's room for improvement. For example, you know, the original Black Panther from 2016 had some printing on the horns. They could have done that. Some printing on the legs would have been nice. So a great figure, but it can't be any higher than 8 for me because I think they could have done some more printing on it. At number 7 on my list is Groot from the Guardians ship. Now, I feel like I'm going to catch some heat for this because a lot of people love this figure, but again, let's look in context compared to the original Groot. I do think the new one is really awesome. There's something about the color, though. Like, this one seems too dark to me, and this one seems too light. If they could have found a brown color between the two, I think that would have been great. But honestly, the more I look at the new one, the more I like it. In my Guardians ship review, I kind of explained that I just think I've been looking at this one for so long that I'm used to it, that I just have to adjust and get used to seeing a new style of Groot. What do you guys think? At number 6, we have Endgame Captain America, which it's just so crazy to me it took this long to get any of the main suits from Endgame, and then we got Cap, Thor, and Iron Man all in one set. Pretty amazing, but it's just a great figure. The torso printing, I feel like, could be just a smidge better. It feels a little bit, I don't know, squished might be the right word, but all in all, it is a great figure, and I just wish he had leg printing or dual molded legs or something. Bringing us into our top 5, we have this Shuri minifigure, which is just immaculate. Amazing printing on the front and back of the head, of course the front and back of the torso, and it really does just look straight out of the movie. I love her little smirk there, and she is definitely a worthy inclusion in the top 5. At number 4, we have Rocket Raccoon. He looks great, and he's got a brown color scheme this time compared to the gray one we've gotten in every other Rocket Raccoon. And this time, his head can actually turn. The previous Rocket Raccoons had molding that came from the head that prevented him from moving, but you can move him this time. He's got a big grin there, and he just looks fantastic. So he comes in at number 4. Number 3 is the Big Fig Thanos. Now, I know some people have complained about this, but I really love it, honestly. I love that this is our first Big Fig that you can turn his head, and in fact, if you lift his head off, it actually could go on a minifig body, or a minifig head could go on there, so I really just love the opportunities that this opens up for other Big Figs in the future. So this is a big win for me, and I give him number 3. The number 2 spot goes to Mark III Iron Man from the first Iron Man movie, and this is twofold. I mean, first off, it is a great figure with the printing on the helmet, immaculate torso and leg printing. It does look great, but I love the fact that we're finally going back and revisiting some of the MCU movies that never had Lego sets made for them, so getting this is, I mean, it's a great figure in its own right, but I love the precedent it sets for us to go back and get some figures that we didn't get the first time around. So he is at number 2. And at number 1, we have Star-Lord. I think of all the figures from this wave, this figure encapsulates their actor's likeness the most. The Superman hair in this kind of dirty blonde color is a really unique look. Getting the Star-Lord blasters in a new color is cool. The torso is great on front and back, and these dual molded legs are absolutely awesome. So he gets the number 1 spot, and let's zoom out so I can give you my final thoughts. Alright guys, well, I'm curious to hear if you agree with my ranking or not. Drop a comment below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because this coming week, I will be upgrading all of these, well, most of them anyways, with better parts, and showing you how to build a better version of all these figures. Well, you've made it to the end of the video. You should hit like and subscribe down below for more LEGO content from me, because I post just about every single day. You'll be up to date on all the latest in LEGO, so why not join my community and hit subscribe now.